Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our second episode of Offside Shenanigans. Today we will be talking about our top 45 running backs this season. We'll also talk about our rankings for the NFC and AFC South. The Matt Stafford situation with his back injury and how we think that might pan out, and the fantasy impacts of it in case he doesn't play. The other topic we'll also do is at what point do you take a star player over a quarterback in a superflex league? And then our sleeper running backs for this year. So at the number one spot, I have Bijan.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that there's too much shock there.
Upside.
He's got
especially in a PPR.
If you expected Barkley to get more receptions, but that's just not the way Philly does it. They haven't given receptions to running backs for a little bit on a consistent basis, at least. I think like Fantasy Pros, ESPN, Rotoballer, CBS Sports, and Yahoo, all of them have Bijan as the one running back, except Rotoballer, who has Saquon, and then Bijan is second.
Yeah.
And there's some fluctuation then as to who's 2 and 3 between some other players. CBS Sports actually has Barkley is 4.
Really?
Devon Achane is higher than him at 3.
Yeah. I don't really understand all that Achane being so high. I get he's really good, but I'm not sure how that Dolphins team will pan out.
Agreed, but he catches a lot of balls too.
That's true.
And I think that's probably why. Like, my biggest question at having him so high is because of the durability.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he is not nearly as big as a lot of running backs, which adds to some of his skills because he's so fast.
Yeah.
But I've got him ranked 10th, which is a whole lot lower than most do.
Yeah, I have him.
He's in the top 5 or
13.
6. You have him 13th?
Yes.
Man, I struggle with putting JT above him. But I kind of wanted to put Bucky Irving above him. Like, I got Bucky at 11, so I don't know. Like, I see a lot of reasons why to have him higher, but I see my biggest question is the durability, and I don't trust that he can play. I don't think he can even play 14 games out of the 17.
Yeah, because last year he missed a couple games, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed. I'm not sure how many.
A couple weeks, I think it was with an ankle injury.
He's really good though.
Yeah.
And even if they're behind a lot, like, he's going to catch a lot of passes out of the backfield.
Yeah.
So I get the strong argument.
He did last year, so he
like
had a pretty decent year last year, even with missing games.
He is average on Underdog. The average spot to be drafted is 2.1. 2.01. 2.1. The first pick in the second round.
Yeah.
He's the 6th running back being drafted, right after Ashton Genty. So
I could see that.
I get the love for him, very much so.
Yeah.
I think I would probably prefer to have Derrick Henry, who's taken 2 spots after him, just because I trust that he'll be there more. Doesn't mean he will, but I trust that more.
Yeah. At number 2, I have Barkley and then Gibbs.
I got it reversed.
I'm thinking maybe Gibbs could be better than Barkley this year. I could see it with the uncertainty in how the offense will run with a new offensive coordinator. If they are bad, like the offense isn't run great and the passing isn't working, they're definitely going to be relying heavily on Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yes. I would agree. I would expect them to do that. I mean, why not? You got probably the best running back duo in all the land.
Yeah.
Why not just utilize that and control the ball?
Yeah.
And then that would open up more explosive plays for guys like Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta and even St. Brown.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra is more of a possession receiver, but that doesn't mean he can't catch it on a slant and take the heck off down the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they play that offense because it's got so many weapons.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. They might just be like they normally are. and be a really good offense and probably make the playoffs again. But it could also go the other way. So,
Yep.
who knows?
For sure. I mean, I've got Gibbs as 2 and Barkley as 3, but
I think those two
that
are
was
interchangeable.
really hard to make that decision as to where to rank it.
Yeah. 4, I have Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry's always reliable back. His last year, I think he played amazing, and I don't think he gets a lot of the recognition for it. I think he had a better season than Saquon. Saquon just had higher numbers and carries and yards, so that's obviously going to correlate. I think their average was pretty much the same. Touchdowns, I think that was pretty close, wasn't it?
Relatively, I think that Barkley had a few more, which is probably why he had more fantasy points. Gibbs,
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people forget that Gibbs was actually the highest scoring running back last year, not Barkley and not Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs was 1, Barkley was 2, Bijan 3, and Henry 4, and then HM 5.
Mm-hmm. So, at the end of last year, how much did Bijan benefit from Michael Penix coming in?
I mean, I don't know. I would actually think that might make it a little more difficult for him, because they didn't have as much familiarity. I think it's going to benefit him even more this year because of the threat for him to run versus Kirk Cousins wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is like this is going to benefit him more.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I have him ranked as the 1.1. I think he's going to have one hell of a season. And he had a really good season last year. He was the highest scoring running back in the league last year.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like he sucked last year by any means. He was very good.
Still had a really good season.
I just think he's going to have that breakout year this year.
Yeah. Oh, I think so also. After Henry, I have Genty. I know there's a lot of concerns about that offensive line after what we saw on Friday. It was Friday, right? Thursday. I think it should get better. He had a really small sample size. Obviously, he's going to have huge runs. It doesn't matter what offensive line you're going to have or be behind. You're at least going to get a couple big runs. And if that line gets better, and that line's got to get better at some point. There's going to be changes made before the season starts. This is not going to be the exact same line, most likely. Or at least they're going to play better throughout as we get closer to the week 1.
I mean, I get the question with the line, but he had 3 carries for -1 yard. How often does that happen where you only have 3 carries and no matter who you are? Saquon Barkley's had that kind of line to start this year. Bijan has had that quite a bit. So Mostert had 1 carry for 11 yards. McCormick averaged 3.7 in 3 carries. Lobb, 5 carries, 34 yards, an average of 6.8. Collier, 9 carries, 42 yards, an average of 4.7. They each had a nice run that helped kind of boost some of those averages, but they also had more carries than Genty did. I think people are making way too big a deal about it and being frozen in a moment and prisoners of the moment.
Yeah.
Ashley Genty is way too talented to not be very good. He just is.
Oh, 100%.
And he's going to be the focal point. It's not like they have no pass catchers. It's not like Geno Smith is not capable of throwing the ball downfield. I would understand the apprehension more, and I don't get me wrong, I love Aiden O'Connell, but if Aiden O'Connell was projected to be the starter, I would get the apprehension more because you don't necessarily trust that offense is going to throw the ball consistently and be successful with that. But Pete Carroll loves to control the ball and run the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look what he did with Marshawn. Marshawn was amazing.
And Ashton Genty is more talented than Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
Nothing against Marshawn Lynch. He is
amazing.
He was, so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty better.
Mm-hmm.
No question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will be absolutely shocked if I'm wrong on this. Anything's possible, but I just don't think that's very probable.
Mm-hmm. And after Genty, I have Jonathan Taylor.
I would have Genty 4th and Henry 5th.
Yeah, I think those two could be interchangeable also. I see Genty's upside. He definitely has more upside than Henry because of the receiving game.
Agreed.
But I'm not sure if he does better than Derrick Henry. Hearsay.
That's fair. You got JT 6th?
Yes, Jonathan Taylor 6th. He's definitely going to be the vocal point of the offense, especially with all the unknowns around quarterback right now. Anthony Richardson finger did get cleared, so he's day to day. I'm guessing there was no damage from that dislocation either. But yeah, he's definitely still going to be the vocal point of the offense. Hopefully he can stay healthy. If he's healthy, I could definitely see him being a top 10 running back this year. It just 100% depends on if he can stay healthy.
Wholeheartedly, I have him ranked 8th. But why did you put him above? Well, who's your 7 and 8?
McCaffrey and then Kyron.
But I got Kyron 9, so we're pretty close on those.
Mm-hmm.
I have CMC as 7.
Yeah.
Because of the upside, but I have Josh Jacobs as 6. And the reason I did Josh Jacobs over CMC and Taylor is because I just trust him to be there more. The durability.
I could see that argument.
The upside is higher for the other two, I think.
Yes. They definitely have higher upside. I understand that argument for Josh Jacobs. He's definitely... There's not often where he's missed a lot of games from an injury. I don't think... Last year he played the entire season, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
And I think the last time he was gone for a long duration was when he was with the Raiders, and that's when they're having those contract issues.
Yeah, a few years ago.
So
he plays through injuries, and he plays well through injuries. He's really good.
Yeah.
And underrated, I think.
I think Kyron Williams is a bit underrated. I mean, I don't know what his average draft pick is, but he's definitely Williams, somebody I'm eyeing.
Average draft pick is the 3.11 on Underdog, 35th overall.
Yeah, that's amazing value for him.
For somebody who was the 7th highest scoring running back in the league last year in fantasy, behind Josh Jacobs.
Yeah,
and
I think a better
amazing value.
Better passing game will actually benefit him a little bit more.
Agreed. If Jordan Love can find some consistency and stop throwing the ball away all the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was last year's Dak Prescott with that, wasn't he?
Jordan Love?
Yes.
Are we talking about Jacobs right now?
Yeah, but I was just saying.
Oh, okay.
If Jordan Love can stop throwing the ball into the other team's arms, then I think that Josh Jacobs becomes that much more valuable.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. All right. I understand what you're saying now. Yeah. Yeah, I could see. Yeah. Passing game will definitely open up more for both of them. They will definitely benefit it. Kyron's going to benefit it with Cooper Kupp having his offseason last year and him leaving and them replacing him with Devontae Adams, who's an amazing addition, amazing replacement. Definitely should open up things for that running back room.
Yeah, Kyron Williams. My only scare with Kyron, and I know that they like to use one back mostly, but he's got 2 really good running backs behind him.
Yeah.
And Blake
Corum
and Jaquez Hunter. So,
which they just paid Kyron, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't give him a lot.
Agree. I'm just saying, like, that's my only.
Yeah.
Those guys
it'd
are
be
really
hard not to.
Behind him as well.
Yeah.
But I've got him ranked 9th.
Yeah, I got Jacobs at 9. 10, I have Breece Hall. I think he could definitely have I guess would say comeback here, because last year he wasn't great, was he?
Well, no, he wasn't. And Breece Hall last year scored 16th. He was a RB 16 in fantasy points last year. And I don't know that they love him there right now.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've got him ranked too high, and I've got him at 17th.
You think Braylon takes a bigger role this year?
Yeah, I could see it being more 50-50 between those guys this year.
Yeah.
Because Braylon didn't get used a ton last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the new regime coming in with Justin Fields, he's going to take some of those probably too. I mean, there's just so many question marks.
Yeah.
The talent is there with Breece Hall. I just don't know how he's going to get utilized.
I mean, with David Montgomery, when he was on the Bears, he was still getting pretty good numbers, even with Justin Fields cutting into his carries.
But who was taking carries as the other running backs for Montgomery?
Khalil Herbert. I think that's it.
I think you just proved my point. Khalil Herbert is not even close to Braylon now.
He was still cutting into him, though. But, yeah, I could see that. I could see Hall getting pretty involved in that passing game, though.
I agree. I don't disagree with that. I see it being more of a 60-40, 50-50 running back situation.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I trust it enough to put him
Yeah.
over guys like Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Chase Brown, James Cook, Bucky Irving.
Yeah. I have Bucky Irving 11th. He had an amazing year last year, but I don't know if they're going to want to like split it up a little bit more, try to, I guess, conserve him so he plays further into the season. Last year, towards the end of the season, he got hurt for a little bit. I don't know if they want to try to limit him a little bit more, because I know he was getting a lot of targets, a lot of rushing attempts. A lot of stuff was not going towards Rashad, so I think they might try to split it up a little bit.
So Bucky Irving, I have his 11th as well. I think that he, like last year, he was the RB13. I could see a world where he makes a huge step and ends up in the top 5. But I could also see a world where he ends up he's just in the top 20. So
Yeah.
because Rashad White is also really good, especially as a pass catcher.
Yeah.
And I think will probably be utilized more as a third down back, but that doesn't mean, the way Baker Mayfield likes to sling the ball, they both can be very fantasy relevant still.
Yeah.
And he uses his backs.
Yeah. I mean, I think last year, Bucky was getting at least like 4 or 5 targets a game.
Yeah.
That's really good for running back, especially with his volume he was getting rushing the ball.
And especially with because White had at least the same, I think,
Yeah.
target-wise. So, and probably a little more. I would need
Yeah.
to verify that, like double check that. Where do you have Devon Achane?
13.
Okay, so we're coming up on him. I have him as 10, and I feel like I have him probably a little too low, but I don't know that I can justify putting him higher because I don't trust his durability.
Yeah.
This is one of the smallest backs in the league.
And like 12, I have James Cook. He definitely has the ability to be way higher than that. I'm not going to say he doesn't. Just, I don't know how that's going to go. Because is he even working in training camp?
He is. So he practiced for the first week, and right now he's just sitting.
He's sitting?
It's a sit-in right now. I like James Cook. I got him 13th. He was the 8th RB8 last year in school.
Yeah.
So, but that was like he had 16 touchdowns, I believe.
That's a lot of touchdowns. I don't know
It
if
is.
he does that again.
I don't disagree. My other thing with him is he was very touchdown dependent, and how many reps does Ray Davis take as he continues to get better?
Yeah.
Ray Davis is a very viable, there's a lot of really good running backs in the league, period.
Yeah.
And that can be cloudy for situations. And if he continues to sit out, how much murkier does that make it?
Yeah.
He is on his last year. On the last episode, I'd said that I thought it might have been 2 more years. I was wrong on that. This is his last year and I get him wanting to be paid, but he's wanting, from what I read, $15 million a year.
Saquon and Derrick Henry
CMC
money.
kind of money. I don't think that. Yeah,
I don't know about
I don't know
that.
that he's proven that. I would also say that he's probably getting some advice from his big brother, who kind of got left out in the cold, and big brother saying, "Get yours right now." And
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Like every player needs to get theirs as much as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so.
Because I
I
think
just don't know that he's worth $15 million a year. I think he's worth 12.
Yeah.
From what I also read, the Bills and he are not that far apart. I think it was Ian Rappaport that reported that. They aren't that far apart. So you would expect that they will come to some kind of agreement before we.
Yeah. And then 13, I have A-Chain. 14, I have Amarion Hampton.
So do I.
I think he'll be huge this year. I know he's got a split with Najee, but I don't think Najee will take a ton of carries away from him. He might, like the first couple weeks, but I think Najee won't have that big play.
Not consistently.
Yeah.
Big playability.
Yeah.
He never
won't have
really
a lot
showed
of that.
that much of it in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he also had that 4th of July injury. He hasn't really practiced much, if any. I don't think he's really done any. So is Hampton taken away because he looks good
he's
from all
his
reports.
time missing? Yeah.
Yeah. I expect that he'll grab onto the starting role even if Najee ends up playing in week 1, 2.
Yeah.
I think that Hampton ends up rather quickly becoming the starter. Mm-hmm. Najee will be a good change of pace back. They're going to be a nice combo. Mm-hmm. And Najee can be like a
He's going to be
some
the one
kind of
that breaks
replacement.
through that line probably
But
on
Hampton,
like those third downs.
Omari and Hampton would be talked a whole lot more about if not for Ashton Genty.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Omari and Hampton is a really, really good running back who went a little bit under the radar because of Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
And in normal, any other season, probably would have been the first running back drafted. Probably would have been talked about a whole lot more right now. Probably would be higher up people's draft rankings.
Yeah. I agree.
Najee kind of clouds that a little bit for him, but the Chargers are going to run the ball.
Yeah.
So Jim Harbaugh loves to run the football,
Yeah.
and it works for him. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that the passing game is going to be crap. But
It's still going to be good. It's led by McConkey and
Ladman,
Herbert.
yes.
I mean, they'll
So-
definitely have their connection.
But they're going to run the ball, and they're going to be very effective. No matter who the running back is, but I think that Hampton is going to be the breakout starter by the end of the season. And by week 4 is my guess.
Yeah. I do think it hurts a little bit with Rashawn Slater being out for the season with the pectoral tear.
For sure.
But
It's not going to change their philosophy, though.
yeah, no. And then at 15, I have Kamara. He's going to be, again, vocal point of the offense. No clue how the passing is going to work on that team. It's probably going to be a lot of dump-offs to him, a lot of rushes by him. So, yeah, I wouldn't see why he wouldn't be a top 15 running back this season.
I have Alvin Kamara ranked 15th, and it's too high.
You think it's too high?
Yes. Alvin Kamara will be the running back bust of the year.
Really?
That's my prediction. Nothing against Alvin Kamara. The talent's there. But they're
Yeah.
going to have 8-man and maybe even 9-man boxes. Because unless Spencer Rattler ends up the starting quarterback, I don't like Tyler Shook at all.
Yeah.
As a talent. Nothing personally against the kid. But I don't like him as a talent. I think that they're trying to force him in as a starter.
Yeah.
If Spencer Rattler ends up the starter, I think Kamara's value goes up a little more. But, and I'm not saying Spencer Rattler is the long-term answer there. That's not what I mean. I just think I trust him to be able to move the ball more effectively passing the ball than Tyler Shook.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my thoughts. I don't trust Tyler Shook to move the ball consistently, and I think there'll be 8 and 9-man boxes against Alvin Kamara, and he's going to struggle big time.
Yeah. I think Rattler's probably their best option there. A couple games he had a couple decent games where he didn't have a lot of the important offensive pieces because Chris Olave getting his concussions and being out for so long because he kept getting those hospital balls thrown to him by Carr. That did not help at all. So they he was down to just Alvin Kamara, and hopefully Chris Olave doesn't get hurt at all this season, and I think they can have a somewhat all right offense. They're going to put up some numbers.
Yeah, I mean, Kamara was top 10 in fantasy points last year. He was number 9.
Yeah. He started off the season really hot.
Yeah,
He started off
Rattler-
the season running and just slowed down.
for sure. I just don't trust everything with Shook.
Yeah. Then 16, I have Kenneth Walker. Great
Same.
running back, questionable offense, and questionable injury history.
I like the offense for the running backs at least, though.
Yeah. And he also has to split with
Charbonnet.
Yes, Charbonnet. So I don't know how that split will go. Probably just stay as it has been before, where they split it more towards Walker.
Yeah.
But again, it just depends if he can stay healthy this year.
For sure. I have nothing else to add to that.
Yeah. 17, Chase Brown. I think I might even have him a little undervalued. He had a pretty good season last year, although he didn't start as the running back once. When Zach Moss got hurt, he really did a great job taking over for him. And I could see him being, he's definitely going to lead the running back group this year. I don't know how that split will work because Zach Moss will be back.
No, Moss
I don't
is
know
not back.
He's
Moss
not
is
back?
He's been released.
Oh, he has? Oh,
Yes.
All right. Well, there's that. He's the running back one, and it probably won't be splitting much with other people.
I mean, I think
yeah.
he'll have some splits. I just he'll be the
just
bell cow.
yes, yeah.
He'll be
it
the bell
won't be a
cow,
lot.
and for that reason, I have him ranked 12th.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah. He did
So-
have a really good year last year.
yep.
18, I have Trayvon Henderson. He's definitely going to be splitting with Ramondre. Ramondre's a decent running back. He definitely won't be the one all year. I think he might start out as the one and just like slowly lose reps to Henderson. Could he be the goal line back? It's possible. I don't know how that'll work. I think if you have a league where you get points for kick returns, Trayvon is probably your best bet. I mean, we saw his first play, his kick return last night, Friday night. That was great. First play of the NFL, and he gets a kick return touchdown for 100 yards. 100%, that'd be a great player to have in a league where you get points for that.
I have Henderson at 18th as well. I wouldn't be one bit shocked if Trayvon Henderson ends up in the top 12 running backs this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I think I wanted to put him higher. I just didn't feel like I could justify it because, like you said, I think that there's a bit of a split there with Stevenson. I think Stevenson is probably gets more goal line opportunities until he continues to keep fumbling.
Yeah,
he had a huge fumbling issue last year.
Yeah, that was bad last year.
I
don't know what was going on
in the past before that, but last year was really bad. And Mike Vrabel is not going to put up with that.
Yeah,
if that is something that continues, Mike Vrabel will not trust him and put up with that, and he will lose even more reps to Henderson at that point.
Yep. Then 19, I have Chuba. Great season last year. Huge surprise to me, honestly. I thought Sanders was possibly going to take off with that job. I was very wrong about that. Sanders did not play to what people expected, and I think the Eagles offensive line really made Sanders seem like a really great running back, and I think last year really showed that he's...
Miles Sanders is irrelevant, fantasy-wise.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's going to be again in Dallas.
Yeah. Chuba is definitely going to have a decent year this year, again.
He's got a much better backup this year, though.
Yeah.
With Rico Dowdle. However, I also like Chuba a lot. He's 19th for me, too.
Yeah. 20, I have Aaron Jones. He started out really good last year. He slowed down a little bit, like halfway, after that halfway mark. I still think he'll have a decent year this year. And I think, it should be the same as last year, as long as who's the second-year quarterback? JJ, yeah, McCarthy. As long as he can carry on from play at least somewhat like Sam Darnold, which it shouldn't be that hard, playing behind a great offensive line with two great receivers. Although, I'm blanking. Who's the wide receiver 2 in Minnesota?
Jordan Addison.
Just got suspended for the first 3 games of the season.
Yeah, watch out for Rondell Moore.
Yeah, I hope he plays well.
I think
he could definitely be that wide receiver.
That's going to happen. Right now, I think it's Jalen Naylor, who I like. I like Naylor, too.
Yeah. They definitely have a really good receiver committee there. Because Rondale showed some flashes when he was in Arizona.
Yes, and I was really disappointed with him getting injured in Atlanta because I liked that possibility with him being a slot receiver there.
Yeah.
I like the idea with Minnesota, too. I think he could be somewhat relevant. I don't know how fantasy relevant he'll end up being when Addison comes back. Because you got Hawk there, too. You got Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones. Yeah. I mean, that's a nice skill position spot. And if J.J. McCarthy cannot be successful with that team, then, I mean, it's only his first year running offense. So temper expectations a little bit. But that is a really good skill position unit. For sure. For 20th, I've got Tyrone Tracy, which is probably way too high for Tyrone. But I really like the talent.
Yeah. I agree. He's a great running back. I just don't know how that split will be.
Agreed. Because Cam Scatabo is looking really good. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. And then 21, I have Tank Bigsby. I think he takes the reins from Etienne this year.
Agree. Etienne's talented, but for some reason he and that coaching staff do not mesh.
Yeah. I don't know what happened since his rookie year, but it definitely has been a slight downhill decline.
For sure.
His average last year wasn't great at all either. I think it was 3.8 or something. Wasn't even averaging 4.
I've got Travis Etienne at 42nd.
Yeah. I have him Oof. 41st.
I mean, good talent. I just
Yeah.
don't know that they're going to utilize him. If he was in Dallas, I'd like him a whole lot more.
Yeah. Then 22nd, I have David Montgomery. Great running back. Great pair to have between him and Gibbs. I think David Montgomery is very reliable. Even in, like, if you can get him later in the draft, he's still a great running back to have.
David
Montgomery, he gets his touches.
Average draft spot is 6'12".
I don't think that's terrible value. And
I
even
think that's
in
pretty good value.
In a 10-team league, I mean, that's even lower.
He's going after guys like DeAndre Swift, Caleb Johnson, R.J. Harvey, Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan, and I'd even have Montgomery over Swift. I think he could very much lose touches this year.
DeAndre Swift, yeah. Agree.
Then 23rd, I have Tracy. Great talent. Questionable about the rushes. Or attempts. It's the split.
23rd, I have Montgomery, and 22nd is Aaron Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I get the Aaron Jones argument. I just don't know how that's going to pan out either. I think he could be really good. 24, James Conner.
I'll say this about Aaron Jones and even Jordan Mason. Last year, well, maybe it's since O'Connell's been there, 80% of all touchdowns, but I think it was last year, 80% of all touchdowns were through the air.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man. I mean, Aaron Jones is a really good passing back or receiving back, so, I mean.
Agreed, but he didn't have a ton last year.
That's
Aaron
true.
Jones was, he was top 15. He was the 15th highest scoring running back last year. But who was behind him, running back wise, last year?
Shoot, I forget his name.
That's my point.
Yeah. It was that young running back they had. I don't know if he's still on the team.
It was Alex Madison.
Yeah.
Alexander Madison.
He's not young. I thought it was somebody else then.
And
no,
Madison,
Alex Madison was on the Raiders last year.
Oh, he was. You're right. I'm sorry.
I mean, he had high expectations. He still ended up flopping. So.
Agree. I think Jordan Mason is an upgrade as an RB2.
Oh, definitely.
Big time.
Naylor.
So,
his last name was Naylor, I thought. Oh. I don't
I'll
know.
have to double check, but
Yeah.
either way, I think Jordan Mason's a nice upgrade as an
Yeah.
RB2.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I could see him stealing some RB1 reps.
Yeah. I could see that. Maybe. I don't
Aaron
know.
Jones is no spring chicken, as running backs go. At least.
Yeah. 24, I have James Conner. I still think he's pretty undervalued.
I agree. I've got him 27th because I think at some point he's going to drop off. But every year I keep thinking that, and every year it proves me wrong.
Yeah, I think the last two, like last year too, he was pretty undervalued. Still ended up playing really good. 11th quarterback last year.
Yeah. Over JT, Bucky Irving, Chuba Hubbard, I'm sorry, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Joe Mixon even, David Montgomery.
Yeah.
He got hurt, but still. Like,
he still had a
holy
really
cow.
good season.
By the way, David Montgomery got hurt and missed
That's
a
true.
huge chunk of season.
It was like
and
half the
still
season,
was
wasn't
in
it?
the top 20.
Yeah. See, I love Montgomery.
Yep.
Bears should have kept him. That is one of the biggest mistakes they made recently.
That's saying something because they made a whole lot of mistakes.
Yeah. All right, besides that, that's besides the point. We're not talking about the Bears today.
Make sure your dad watches this.
After that, I have Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson right next to each other. I don't know how that split's going to go either. Both are really good running backs. It's just they could split 50-50 for all we know. Yeah.
Yeah, I got Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
Goes on. But I think it's probably going to be a nice split early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 27, J.K. Dobbins. With him and R.J. Harvey probably splitting. I mean, it's going to start out with J.K. as the one, of course. But who knows how that split's going to go later down the road. Maybe R.J. shows a lot of explosiveness early in the season, starts getting more of a split between the two. It becomes more 50-50, possibly even higher for RJ. Who knows? I mean, they're both really good running backs.
I
really
expect
good
that
options
to happen.
on that team.
I expect that to happen. I think that the Broncos were very, very comfortable with R.J. Harvey as their starter and as their feature back. But I think that they ended up seeing the value in J.K. Dobbins and what he was able to sign for, and thought, why not add him?
Mm-hmm.
J.K. Dobbins is still a very effective running back, and if you can get him as cheap as they got him, why not add him and add some depth to that running back room and some experience, and R.J. Harvey can learn from him and see what he does as a pro, and R.J. Harvey's going to be really good, I think, though.
Yeah. Then 28, I have Brian Robinson Jr. Last year, he got a lot of carries taken away with him when they added
Eckler.
Yes, Eckler. And he's still there, so I don't know how that's still going to go. If they'll probably split the probably same amount. And then also Brian Robinson missed out some last year because he was injured, and then he was playing through the injury, so he was taking hits to his how much he was getting in his shares.
Yeah.
So who knows how that'll go this year? Probably the same way. Who do you have 28?
So 28, I have Isaiah Pacheco. I'm going to read through like a little list here real quick. I've got Pacheco at 28, and I think after Harvey and Connor, it's a drop off because of various questions. Pacheco included. He was not the same back last year that he was his rookie year.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he was hurt, because he is such a physical running back.
Yeah.
And so if he's healthy, I really like Isaiah Pacheco. I don't know what to expect there, because Kareem Hunt did a pretty good job of filling in there. So I got Pacheco, then Swift at 29, A.K. Dobbins at 30, Warren at 31, Brian Robinson at 32, Jordan Mason at 33.
Yeah.
I grouped those guys together. Pacheco down to Robinson Jr. or down to Mason, because for, like I said, various different questions. I really like Brian Robinson Jr.'s talent. I don't know that, like, he's just not a consistent with any explosion.
Yeah, he's not consistent. I mean, definitely a good running back. It's just there's like you'll have decent games, and then you'll have games where he doesn't put up much at all. I mean, that's what I was dealing with in my dynasty league. Just a lot of up and down weeks for him.
Yeah.
Mine.
He was the 29th highest scoring quarterback or running back last year.
Yeah. In my order, I have him, Spears, and Pollard. I don't know how that split will work. I mean, it's possible Spears gets more touches. It's possible that it stays the same as last year. Spears was a little disappointing last year.
And I think it's because Pollard was such a surprise, though, too.
Because he had a decent season last year.
I think it would correlate if Pollard drops off some, Spears is going to get more run, and you can see the value going up for that. But I don't think that happens unless Pollard drops off some.
Yeah. Then I have Jaden Blue. I think he could take that starting running back position. Javonte, even when he was the starter, he was starting for Denver last year, wasn't he? And he still didn't have that good of a year, even as the running RB1.
Correct.
So yeah, I could see Jaden Blue taking that position from him.
I fully expect that Jaden Blue takes that, but I think Javonte starts out as a starter.
Yeah.
But I fully expect Jaden Blue is going to be the breakout surprise of fantasy running backs this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I expect him to be in the top 25, probably top 20 even, by the end of the season.
Then 32 and 33, I have Mixon and Chubb. A lot of concerns about them. Mixon hurt. They have barely said anything about that situation. And Chubb, the concerns from last year, he didn't look like his old self. I don't know if that's from the injury or just Cleveland being really bad. It could be possibly a mix of both.
Agree. I don't trust the Texans situation, and I don't trust the Cleveland Browns situation right now.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the Browns situation in a minute, or here in a few minutes. But Joe Mixon, there's no transparency, in my opinion, on what's going on there. I could see that being the CMC situation of this year.
Yeah.
Because it's still possible, it's up in the air, they say, that Joe Mixon can play week 1. But with the lack of transparency, how do you trust any of that?
Yeah.
And I don't know what to expect from Nick Chubb. Like, is he going to be able to carry the load on his own? Is Woody Marks going to end up being the running back one while Mixon's out? Is Damian Pierce going to be that guy? There's way too many question marks. I wouldn't touch any of those guys for right now. Now, if you can get Joe Mixon late, like right now, Joe Mixon's going in the 7th round on underdog. If you can get him like 9, 10, I think there's pretty good value, potential value in that spot.
Yeah.
To be able to play him, because if Joe Mixon comes back and plays like he did last year, that's incredible value. Even if he doesn't come back till like week 5 and plays that way through the rest of the year, that's great value to get as for somebody when you need it later on.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't touch the other guys.
No.
Right, unless it's like week 16, or like way later in the draft.
Yeah.
As a flyer.
Then I have Kareem Hunt and Pacheco, the split, known split. DeAndre Swift is 36 for me.
I have Swift 29th, just because I think he's going to get force-fed at least early on.
I could see him getting pretty involved in the pass game like he was in Detroit.
I mean, that didn't happen last year, though.
Well, we had incompetent coaching last year.
Fair.
3 incompetent head coaches.
Fair.
Or 2 incompetent head coaches, 2 incompetent offense coordinators.
Can he play the Jahmyr Gibbs role?
No, not as well as him, but we saw what he could do in his first couple years in Detroit. Swift has high upside in that receiving game.
I'm not saying can he be Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm saying can he play that role? In Ben Johnson's offense.
I think he could. Of course, he's not going to play it nearly as well, but I think he could play that role. I think that's why they got Jahmyr, is because they saw the upside they could have with the role that Swift was playing. So they're like, let's get a better version of Swift. So they did, and look how it's paying out for them.
They weren't wrong.
Or it paid. Yeah.
They weren't wrong at all. And everybody was shocked when they made that move.
Yeah, and it really paid out.
Look like geniuses doing that.
Yeah. Then I have Cam Skidbo. Great talent. Again, but the Giants have an amazing running back duo. Just no clarity on that split.
I think the jury's still out about how amazing it is, but I think the potential of it being amazing is very good.
Yeah. It's definitely got a lot of talent. Very talented room.
Ray Davis, I have ranked 36th right now. Depending on what happens with James Cook, Ray Davis's talent is enough to be up in the top 20.
Yeah, I have him 43rd right now. Then I have Ramondre, just in case he does get those goal line touches. Definitely going to boost him. He's definitely going to be very touchdown dependent, but that can definitely get him in there.
I have Stevenson 38th, and it's just because I think the fumble situation is going to continue, and so I think that as the season goes on, he's trusted less and less.
And 39, I have Najee. I could see him getting a couple of the goal line touches if it's like right there. If they're right on there, I could see them just like having him force himself up the middle and just getting the touchdowns.
For sure. I've got Najee here as 48th, which might be too low.
Yeah. 40, I have RJ Harvey without the clarity on who will be getting most of the touches. It could definitely be 50-50. I think it starts out a lot more in JK's favor, but we'll see.
I'm not convinced of that, which shows in my rankings, but I understand the thought process with that for sure.
Then I have 41, I have Etienne. Which,
I got Travis Etienne 42nd, Tajay Spears is 40, Nick Chubb 41, Rashad White 43.
I don't know. I might just be stuck on that upside from Chubb. I'm a big Chubb fan, but yeah, maybe I'm just stuck on that upside because I have him so high.
I like Nick
Probably
Chubb.
too high.
I hope that he does well. I just don't foresee.
You don't see, yeah, I could see that argument. Especially he broke his foot last year.
Chubb?
Yeah, towards the end of the season, he got injured again.
He got injured again. Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't really bother him this year. Then I have Jerome Ford, which Browns running back room. There's tons of questions on that. I might even have them too high. I would possibly say, especially if, yeah.
So I'll say this about the Browns. Or, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish, and then I'll go on a little soapbox.
No, you can go ahead.
So I will say this about the Cleveland Browns. Quinshon Judkins is still not signed as a second-round pick. Yesterday, there was a report that with his legal troubles, they waived the right to a speedy trial, and now there's nothing expected until 26, I think. So that might clear up a little bit. Is he going to get signed? They were waiting to find out what's happening with all that situation because of the domestic violence charges against him. If he gets signed, there's a chance that he could end up being put on a commissioner's list, in which case he can't play. So just because he gets signed officially doesn't mean that he would be playing at least the full season. I would say if he gets put on a commissioner list, he's probably not playing at all this year, period.
Yeah.
That's just my speculation. I have, for my 44th, 45th, and 46th rankings, I have Jerome Ford, Quinshon Judkins, and Dylan Sampson over guys like Will Shipley, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, Austin Eckler, even Braylon Allen, who I like a lot. Because if Judkins ends up getting to play, I think that the kid is really good, and I could see him performing well there. I think Ford is the backup, no matter who ends up the RB2. I think he ends up being.
Yeah.
I could see him being the RB1 to start the season. But I think that Judkins and Sampson are more talented, both of them. I think Dylan Sampson could surprise a lot of people if Judkins doesn't play.
Yeah.
Dylan Sampson was a really good running back in Tennessee, and I think that gets missed.
Yeah.
And isn't as widely known or accepted. I don't know. But I think Dylan Sampson could be a really good running back in this league. He just got put on it, drafted behind Judkins, who is probably better. I don't disagree with that. But who knows what's going to happen with him. So if there gets to be more clarity in that situation, I like Sampson and Ford going higher. If Judkins is playing, I like Judkins and Ford being a little higher than where they're at right now. But you don't know what's happening there. So
yeah, it makes no. Yeah,
I would recommend not taking any of them until later in the draft. Quinshon Judkins is being drafted at the 10.7 right now. I think that's a little high for somebody we don't know if he's actually going to play or not. Dylan Sampson is 12.1. I think that's starting to get into the position where maybe you can start to trust some of that. But I would prefer to get him a little later if I was going to try and take him. And Ford, where's Ford? Ford is being taken even later at 14.11. And I don't think that's a bad spot to take him.
Yeah. Definitely could be good value for that area.
Yeah. At that point, you're taking flyers. You're hoping to get a good, favorable outcome and get good value there.
Yeah. So on to the division rankings. Let's start with the AFC South. I have the Texans going 9-8. I have them splitting with the Colts and the Jags and beating out the Titans. Colts, I have them splitting with everybody and going 7-10. The Jags, I have 5-12. Again, splitting with everybody, and the Titans going 5-12, also splitting with the Colts and Jags.
This is kind of scary. I've got the Texans at 9-8 as well. I've got the Colts at 8-9, and I have the Titans and Jags both 5-12 as well.
Huh. See, great minds think alike.
That's kind of crazy. And I swear we did not share this information together before this either.
I figured this out at last night at 11 o'clock, so that shows how prepared I am. The Bucks I have, so for the NFC South, I have the Bucks going 12-5, split with the Falcons and Panthers, but they beat out the Saints.
I think everybody beats out the Saints.
Just give me a second. Falcons, they split with the Bucks and Panthers, beat out the Saints. And then I have the Panthers at 7-10, splitting with everybody. I think the Saints go 1-16 this year, with one win against the Panthers, and I think that could be the home game, or that would be the home game if they even do win. I think this is pretty difficult. I didn't feel right giving them an 0-17 game, and I think the only game they really have a chance is that Panthers game.
So I don't remember which wins I gave them, but I have the Saints winning 2 games.
2.
2-15, and I think that was being generous.
Yeah.
I think that is a awful roster.
And then, yeah, it's definitely going to be a rough year for them.
With 2 bright spots on the whole team, and maybe I'm wrong, but that is somewhat Kamara and Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I hope that Spencer Rattler ends up actually getting a true chance at being the quarterback there, because I think that he is the only one that has
Gives
a chance
him that best
at
chance.
doing it. I don't know. I don't think he's ultimately the long-term answer. But the Tyler Shook is more talented than Spencer Rattler, for sure. But Tyler Shook, I don't think has the mental makeup to do it. And I get that that's a bold statement to make. But I think Spencer Rattler is just that dog that competes and won't give, he's just not going to ever give up. And he competes at a high level and wants to win and has that it factor. He doesn't have the talent to back it up, I don't think.
Yeah.
For the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your record for the Falcons?
Oh, I forgot to say that. 10-7. Yeah.
So, I have the Bucks at 11-6, the Panthers at 8-9, and I really wanted to make them have a winning record, but I just didn't ultimately see that happening. I think the Falcons struggle early on in the year and then kind of come on. I have them at 7-10, and then the Saints at 2-15.
Yeah. So with the Falcons, I have them starting off the season 4-2. So definitely a rough start at first, and then they start figuring it out at that halfway mark, and that second half of the season is definitely a really good half for them. On that Stafford situation, he's day-to-day right now, so I don't really doubt he'll be out for week 1 if he's day-to-day in training camp. If they were really concerned about it, I don't think they'd have him work at all and just rest. But I think it just shows that they're not super. I mean, of course they're concerned with it, but they're not super concerned with it where they think it'll be a problem if he continues practicing.
Agree.
But I think so. Who's the backup in LA right now?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oof.
Jimmy G. I mean, he's a competent back.
Yeah, he can definitely get the ball to the receivers.
And they got 2 really good ones.
Yeah, so if Jimmy G can't make magic out of this, there's just no hope for Jimmy G.
I think Devontae Adams has a really good year if Matthew Stafford can stay healthy. I like
100%. I think both receivers can have great seasons.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. I think that you expect Puka to have one. I think Devontae Adams is going to, I think both of them will be very fantasy relevant.
Yes.
If
that is
Stafford
definitely
but
the best receiver duo.
Playing a handful of games,
yeah,
I think that they'll stay pretty. I think that bumps
they'll be
up
relevant.
Kyren Williams. It bumps Kyren more if Jimmy G ends up starting some.
Yeah, and
maybe Puka and Adams take a bit of a small hit.
Yeah, they take a small hit, but they're still going to get the ball. They're not going to not give their 2 of their best playmakers the ball. That'd just be stupid on LA's part if they didn't try to.
I would say unless Jimmy G ends up starting 10 games or more, trust the receivers.
Yeah. In a super flex, at what point do you take a star player over a quarterback?
So, with that you mean...
Let's say Jamar, Genty, the top 5 at each position. I think it just depends who the quarterbacks available are. That has a huge say. I think once you get out of that, let me look at the quarterback rankings. I think once you get past that 15 mark, that's when I'm gonna start taking those star players.
I don't even know if I go that low.
Really?
I think ultimately it's going to depend on the scoring of the league.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we're starting a league this year that you're going to be part of, and my best friend and I are co-commissioners, where there's bonus points if like running backs and receivers get to 100 yards, you get 5 extra points. If they get to 200, you get 10 extra points. So that makes guys like Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, CMC even, Derrick Henry, all those guys all the more valuable. So are they more valuable? Like what quarterbacks are they more valuable than?
But
you also get that for 300 passing yards and 400 passing yards.
And 400,
So, but you trust guys like Justin Herbert to consistently get 300 to 400 yards, rushing, passing.
Yeah. All right.
CJ Stroud.
I can see.
Caleb Williams, I think you could see an argument there. And Caleb is my 14th ranked quarterback, where I got Herbert and Stroud just ahead of him.
Yeah.
But for a league like that, I think I would probably move Caleb up a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think a rushing quarterback, a very high fantasy rushing quarterback. So I've got down to like
Fields.
11, which is Justin Fields for me. That's where I would probably continue to draft those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Before even a Bijan Robinson or Jamar Chase. But after that, I think I would probably be more inclined to take a Jamar Chase, maybe JJ.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to completely trust that situation because you don't know what to expect with the quarterback. But, I think you can go 5 deep running back wise before I would pick Justin Herbert or CJ Stroud in that kind of a league.
Yeah.
And certainly Tua Tagovailoa. Sorry, I just butchered that. But I would maybe Drake May on a normal redraft league for me. I've got him 16th. I would probably move him up a little more because he can rush the ball a little better too.
Yeah.
And so maybe I would start to pick him higher than guys like C.J. Stroud or Caleb Williams. Because I could also, like Jared Goff maybe even. I would trust that he'll have more 300-yard passing games than Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously adding in a wrinkle with different like bonus points. So, but as a general rule, I would say I wouldn't go lower than I would go to Justin Fields, who is my 11th ranked quarterback, and only 2 running backs or quarterbacks. Three quarterbacks are pocket passers in my top 11, and that is Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, and Dak Prescott. Baker Mayfield runs some.
Yeah, I got the same. I agree with that. They're definitely going to get those passing yards. They're all, those guys almost always have at least 300 yards per game, which definitely makes them safe in that top 10.
Does Malik Neighbors and CeeDee Lamb, would you take them over some of those quarterbacks?
Malik, I would take him over. I'd probably start at I would take him over Herbert and Goff, and maybe Stroud. Probably Stroud too. Maybe Stroud. Probably Stroud.
So if you see a quarterback run, does that, because you're going to see a quarterback run in the first couple of rounds, obviously in the super flex league. Does that make you nervous, and then do you panic and then draft somebody? In said
I don't
league,
think so.
I draft 14th.
Yes.
So I'm going to have back-to-back picks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long way to wait to trust that I'm going to have another quarterback come back to me.
Yeah. So you either take that second quarterback, or you're going to have to settle with probably not even a great option in that third round.
It obviously is ultimately depend on how the board falls.
Yes. Which the first round would definitely be just straight running or quarterbacks the whole time.
I would expect. But
if not, I would be very surprised.
So if that's the case, my 14th ranked quarterback right now is Caleb Williams. If he gets to me, I feel very comfortable taking him as my 1.14.
Yeah.
But then, do I take Jamar Chase or Bijan or another quarterback?
Yeah.
Let's say it's all quarterbacks in that first round. Man, that's a heck of a conundrum right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I take Bijan.
Yeah.
Or Bijan.
Yeah, I can see an argument to go both ways. I mean, of course, you're going to want a quarterback that's definitely going to help you if you get one in the second round, instead of taking him over a star player like Bijan, Jamar, and all them. I think it just depends on preference. If you feel safe taking that quarterback, it's on you. I
don't think that Bijan gets to me at that point.
Really? Yeah. You don't think so? In the 14?
Nope.
I guess we'll see.
I expect somebody will take him.
Yeah. That sounds like them problem when they only got one quarterback for the season.
I mean, doesn't mean they only have one quarterback for the season.
I mean, what, they're going to move around with Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson? I mean, I don't really like that. But I guess whatever floats their boat. Who's your fantasy sleeper? Running back, yeah.
Jadon Blue.
Sleeper running back. There we go.
Jadon Blue, I think, ends up being the starter there pretty quickly. And Javonte, I like Javonte Williams, but I don't think that he's going to be a complete relevant fantasy or even like normal running back starter. I think Blue breaks out and has a good season there in Dallas. I think they drafted a nice guy there.
Mine is Kyle Monangia. Said that right?
Monange.
Monange. Yeah. I think he could definitely take that spot on the Bears. At least get a couple touches. I think he can definitely force his way in. Because the Bears' running back room is alright. I would say it's alright. Swift definitely has upside, but he's never going to have that amazing factor you'll want like some guys like Gibbs and all them. But I think his job is definitely up for grabs unless he shows what he did like his first couple years in Detroit. He played really good those years. I don't think he 100% keeps his job unless he does something like that. But Monange, he was really good in college. He has 0 career fumbles in college. 4 years.
You just jinxed him.
Still, my point still stands. 4 years and not a single fumble with running back or RB1 carries is insane.
Agree.
And the Bears would be insane if they did not take charge, or not charge. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but take something.
If Monange didn't.
Yeah, if he didn't get any play
that.
time. Yeah, take control of it and use him. Him and Johnson would be really good third down backs. I could see Monange possibly taking that RB2 spot, possibly even RB1 if he turns out amazing. But we probably won't see until, let's see what they do with him on Sunday for that game, see how he looks. Then they'll probably make more decisions from then on if they want to move him up that depth chart.
I think Swift will be given every chance to keep the running back spot.
Oh,
but
100%.
I don't foresee that happening throughout the whole season. And I think Roschon Johnson will steal, quote-unquote, red zone opportunities like he did last year.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I'm excited for this season.
I like Monange as well, and I could see a world where he ends up being a very relevant guy later on in this season.
Yeah. I mean, I could see him having like a Tyron Tracy season where he just late round draft pick just comes out of nowhere and just plays really good.
Yep, agree.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this team. Bears hopefully are really good this year. It'd suck if they weren't, and I'm wrong about Caleb. But I'm not going to think like that. Caleb's going to be the best quarterback in the league this year.
So, no, he's not. But I could see him being, at the very least, very fantasy relevant this year.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan.
I think he could be a relevant quarterback
between
this
the
year.
ears. I think that he is very fragile, but he's got the coach. I firmly believe that. If he doesn't perform this year, then I don't know, man, because the coach is there, the position players, or skill position is there. The offensive line is supposed to be better.
It'll definitely hurt this year if he's not good.
You know that I don't trust that offensive line yet either.
Yeah. Hopefully they turn out well. The rookie tackle they got, he's a monster. That dude's huge. He towers over the lineman we already have. I think he could even take the spot from Braxton. He's getting 1 reps now. I think that
it shouldn't be too hard to take that from Braxton Jones.
No, we shouldn't. But listen, I've seen mistakes made, and I'm not going to put it past them.
As a Bears fan, you've seen a ton of mistakes made.
Yeah. Yes, I have. But, yeah, I think I'm really excited for this season. This is going to be, hopefully, an amazing season for the Bears. I hope they turn it around this year. If not, I think I might go insane. But
you know I can't truly hope for that for you. But,
yes, I know. I'm aware. But
my wife would kill me.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're watching on the other platforms, follow and leave a review on the page. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.